So in this PPT, you are going to see about ER diagram, that is extended ER diagram. In previous PPT, we have seen ER diagram, its notations, what are entity sets and attributes, and so many things we have seen. In this PPT, you are going to see about the ER diagram extended, that is how we can go for how we can use extended ER diagram by means of some diagrammatic notations and everything. So here one is specialization. So how we are going to use specialization inside the ER diagram. So specialization, it is depicted by a triangle component labeled ISC. So you have to draw a triangle. I will show you in the next slide. That is the representation. It is depicted by a triangle component labeled ISE. That means I stands for is, yeah. Like that you have to specify. It's the top-down process. We designate subgroupings within an entity set that are distinctive from other entities in the set. So attribute inheritance, a lower level entity set, it inherits all the attributes and relationship participation of the higher level entity. Here, this is the representation of specialization. This is an ER diagram that contains specialization relationship. So here I have used that ISA. That is how we are going to read this as employee is a person, customer is a person. If you are going to divide the person entity into two things like employee and customer, at that time you can use a specialization relationship. And in the specialization relationship, here we can also use this attributes also. So here employee is an officer, employee is a teller, and employee is a secretary. So like that you can use the specialization. If you have been included specialization in your ER diagram, then your ER diagram it is going to be called as extended ER diagram. Generalization. So next type of relationship is generalization. So generalization means it's a bottom-up design process. It combines a number of entity sets that share the same features into a higher level entity set. The term specialization and generalization, so both can be represented in the ER diagram. They can be used interchangeably. If you are going to use generalization, please don't use that specialization. If specialization is there, then don't go for generalization. Specialization and generalization, the ECR relationship, it is also called the superclass subclass relationship. So next relationship is aggregation. Aggregation is nothing but ternary relationship. So ternary relationship means if you are having n number of relations, if you are going for n number of relations, then your ER diagram it is going to be called as a ternary relationship. It contains ternary relationship. Suppose we want to record managers for tasks performed by an employee at a branch. This is how you have to draw this employee and branch and manager, these and job. These four things it is going to be called as entity, and I am going for more than one. I am in need of more than one relationship. Like if you take that employee entity and the branch entity, so that and job you can use works on. So employee works on a branch, employee works on job. If you are going to take employee and branch and job, now employee manages the branch, employee manages job, then manager manages employee. So like that you can go for n ternary relationship, like n number of relationship. So this is what we can record the managers for task performed by an employee at a branch. Here eliminate this redundancy via aggregation. So treat the relationship as an abstract entity, allows relationship between relationships, abstraction of relationship into a new entity. This is an ER diagram with aggregation. So employee and branch works on job, employee manages and then manage. So manager manages employee, manager manages branch. Like that we can read it. And here this is one simple example with an ER diagram with aggregation. That is, we have seen three kinds of relationship. One is aggregation, generalization, and specialization. So these three kinds of relationship, if you are going to be involved in your ER diagram, then your ER diagram is going to be called as extended ER diagram. Thank you.